Have you ever picked up a story online and thought, if this is true, everything we know about history changes? Ancient maps that show coastlines we couldn't have known. Stonework so precise it looks machined. A clock from the sea that counts the sky. So what is it, ancient aliens? Or ancient humans who were much smarter much earlier than we give them credit for? Tonight, we're opening the case files on the most mysterious artifacts you've heard of. And the facts you haven't. Let's start with a shipwreck and a clock. In 1901, sponge divers off Antikythera Island found a corroded lump of bronze. Inside that lump was a machine. Gears within gears. An ancient computer that predicted eclipses and the motions of the planets. We call it the Antikythera Mechanism. X-rays show at least 30 precision gear wheels. Inscriptions, even a differential, not alien. Hellenistic engineers roughly 2,000 years ago, building with math so good it vanished for 1,000 more. The mystery isn't who sent it from space. It's how many of these did we lose to time? Jump to a very different mystery. A 1513 world map made by an Ottoman admiral. The Piri Reis map. You've seen the claims. It shows Antarctica without ice. It proves global flight paths before Columbus. The reality is cooler and human. The map is a remix of older charts, some likely from lost Portuguese voyages. That Antarctica outline? Most scholars say it's South America drawn too far east and stretched. Still shocking? Yes. Proof of aliens? No. Proof that sailors shared data across empires? Absolutely. What about pictures you can only see from the sky? The Nazca Lines, giant geoglyphs in Peru. Hummingbirds, spiders, straight runways to nowhere. Do you need aircraft to draw them? No. You need planning, stakes, ropes, and a society that wanted the gods to look down and see. We've found the footpaths, the quarry lines, the trial sketches. From the ground, the lines still red when you stand on the surrounding hills. From the air, they look like a message from another world. But the senders were human. Let's open the "This must be a battery" folder. The Baghdad Battery. Terracotta jar, copper cylinder, iron rod. Could it make a small voltage? Yes, if you add an acid. Did the ancients do electroplating? Maybe in limited experimental ways. Is it proof of a lost power grid? No. It's proof that people play with chemistry like we do now. Now the stones that launch 1,000 comets. Sacsayhuamán above Cusco. Stones the size of cars, fitted like a 3D puzzle. Puma Punku in Bolivia. Sharp right angles cut into hard andesite. Laser beams, or something harder. Time, sweat, and techniques we don't teach in school. Hammerstones, pecking, sand abrasives, copper tools with stone polishers, jig lines, and an obsession with fit. We found the quarries. We found the unfinished pieces with tool marks halfway through. The mystery here isn't impossible tech. It's lost craft at scale. Let's go underground for a second. Derinkuyu in Cappadocia. A city carved into volcanic tuff. Multiple levels. Ventilation that actually works. Stables, kitchens, chapels, not aliens. Community engineering built to hide from raids across centuries. You don't need a spaceship to do that. You need neighbors who agree to carry rock buckets. Back to Egypt for a debate that never ends. The Dendera light bulb. A relief of a lotus flower, a serpent, and a djed pillar. The internet says lamp. Egyptologists say it's Harsamtis, the serpent born from the lotus, supported by the pillar of stability. No filaments, no soot patterns for industrial lighting. But there is a real electrical miracle in the ancient world. The human body conducting faith and politics for 3,000 years. Now, for a plot twist people forget. Sometimes the alien tech is just humans rediscovering humans. Roman concrete that heals in seawater because of lime clasts and volcanic ash. Ulfbert Viking swords made with crucible steel so clean it stunned modern metallurgists. A Chinese seismometer from the 2nd century that could detect distant earthquakes. Derinkuyu, knotted cords that encoded census data and maybe grammar. None of these need a spaceship. All of them need respect. But there are artifacts that still make even the careful historian lean forward. Gobekli Tepe, 12,000 years old. Massive T-shaped pillars carved before pottery, before farming was fully established. Animal reliefs, shared symbols, a site buried on purpose. So who organized it? How did hunter-gatherers build a hill of stone? The best evidence says they coordinated seasonally, around ritual and food feasts, training the muscles of civilization centuries before the city. And then there are maps that feel like a dare. The Piri Reis remix we mentioned. The Oronce Fine map with southern continents. Portolan charts with compass roses and straight-edge precision. Did people cross oceans more than we assume? Sometimes, yes. Coastal hopping, island chains, knowledge leaking slowly between cultures. You don't need an engine, you need a reason, a wind, and patience. Let's pause and ask the big question you came for. Ancient aliens or advanced civilizations? Here's the clean way to think about it. First, extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence. A single photo, a single rumor, a single out-of-context diagram. Wild, but not enough. We'd expect alien help to leave alien fingerprints, materials we can't reproduce, alloys that bend physics, written instructions that leap centuries ahead with no missing steps. We don't see that. We see evolution with gaps. Second, advanced is relative. If you grew up with smartphones, a geared eclipse computer looks alien. If you grew up with hammers and stars, the idea of crushing sand into a mirror that shows you Jupiter is divine. Both are the same species being brave. Third, history has a publishing problem. We kept the marbles, we lost the manuals, shipworms ate libraries, conquests burned archives. We get to guess. But the guesses are getting better. Laser scans are revealing hidden city grids under jungle canopy. Ground-penetrating radar is mapping buried temples. AI is reading faded ink and reconstructing shredded scrolls. What looks like magic in a video is often grad school plus patience on paper. Let's reframe the conversation with a quick story you can tell at dinner. Someone shows you a photo of an Inca wall. No mortar. Stones like butter. You say, that's not an alien. That's a contract with time. If your civilization vibrates with earthquakes, you build stones that interlock like a handshake. Of course it looks perfect, it has to be. Or imagine the Antikythera machine again. Gear teeth measured in fractions of a millimeter. Engraved instructions telling you which dial gives you which eclipse cycle. That's not a message from space. That's a love letter to the sky written by a culture that thought math was music. There's humor here too. We assume ancient people had the same attention span as our phones. They didn't. They had decades to watch stars move a thumb's width. They stared at stone for months until the angle felt right. If there was alien tech, it was human patience. So where do I land? On the side of advanced civilizations, not skyscrapers and Wi-Fi, but knowledge, networks, and stubbornness we keep underestimating. When you add trade routes, stone, sky, and 10,000 bored teenagers with chisels, you get miracles. Does that kill the mystery? No, it makes it better. Because the moment we say humans did this, we give ourselves permission to try hard things again. And still, a few puzzles remain in the fog. We'll find new sites. We'll decode more scripts. We'll discover that some legends hid addresses, not metaphors. That's the fun part. The map keeps expanding. So tell me now, which artifact convinces you humans were way ahead of schedule? The Antikythera Mechanism, Gobekli Tepe, those impossible walls in the Andes? Or do you think there's one object that really does hint at a visitor? Drop your verdict in the comments. I read them all. If this journey made you rethink history, give the video a like. Subscribe Sensei Mystery for more mysterious meets evidence stories. Share it with someone who says aliens every time a rock looks clean. Watch next. What's really hidden beneath Egypt's ancient pyramids? The past isn't quiet, we just learned to listen.